guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome. I'm Alicia Brooke, and today's video is going to be just me sitting down and talking about all these great books that I read either to myself or with my kids in the month of May. If you're new here, welcome. On Friday of last week, I shared our big announcement that we are going to be homeschooling or home educating our kiddos, and reading aloud is very important to me, and it's a big part of that. So from now until however long, I plan to be reading aloud to my kiddos, and I'll be sharing our book hauls, our library hauls, our Amazon hauls, books we've read, books we liked, books we didn't like, all those things here on this channel. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of those videos. And coming up soon, I'll be doing, I'm still waiting on one more package to come. I think I just have one more shipment, and I'll be doing a curriculum haul video for you guys of what we're going to be using for home education this coming school term. So first, I think I'm going to start with the books that I read to the kiddos. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll do the books I read to the kiddos first, and then I'll jump into the books I read. Okay. So first was Davy, and we started the Nate the Great book series. This kind of reminded me of Nancy Drew from when I was a little girl. It's about Nate, and he's a detective, and he solves cases with his friends in his little community. And it was a cute story. It was a very quick read. We read it in a day. So I don't know that I will buy any more of these. It's not something he can read himself yet. It's not for independent reading for him. And they are so quick that I think I'll stick to finding these at our local library. But it was a cute book, and I think it was under $5 on Amazon. I will have all of these books that I'm going to share linked in the description below, so be sure to check that out. Again, cute story. If you're looking for a quick read or just to introduce your kids to reading aloud, this was a great one. But again, short, sweet, and I'll be getting the rest of these from our local library. All right, and then sister and I, we started the second book in the Borrowers series. We read the Borrowers in March and April, and we started this one in May, and we're still working on it. We're about maybe a third of the way done. The writing in this is very rich, so we read through it pretty slowly, about a chapter a night, maybe two, depending on how tired she is, how tired I am. It's a very good story. Arietti is just, she's adventurous, and she's curious, she's brave, and her parents, they kind of try to hold her back a little bit, but not to where they just try to completely squash all of her ideas or her adventurous spirit. But it is such a good story and series. I'm glad I bought the entire box set. I'm looking forward to finishing out this series, just me and her this year. And then maybe in a few years, Davy and I will read this. I don't know that this will be the type of book that he's into. Again, it is very literary, very rich in its writing. He likes more adventure, quick, funny, quick wit type books. That's what keeps his interest. So I don't know if he'll be into this, but I am definitely going to hold on to it for Cadence's little library. And then, dun, 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 the kids and I read the first Harry Potter book again. This is my 4th time reading it, and Cadence's 2nd time reading it, Davy's 1st time reading it. He actually did not sit through the entire book. he is just pumped to watch the movie. He listened to most of it. He got to chapter 12. So, I mean, he did a pretty good job for being 5. Or he'll be 6 next month. But, we're excited. I'm going to be doing a Harry Potter themed movie night for them, where we have butterbeer, and we're gonna have pumpkin pasties and all kinds of fun snacks, and I'm gonna have the little floating lanterns and just all kinds of fun stuff in their movie room. So I think that will help bring this book to life for him, and maybe by the second book he'll be pumped to read it. So this was, you know, as good as it always is. I am a big Potter fan. I was 11 when the first book came out, which just makes it really special because Harry was 11. I don't know. This is a special series, and I'm so glad that the kids and I are getting to enjoy this together. All right. And for Mom, okay, I'll save this one for last. So on Audible this month, I listened to The Call of the Wild and Free. And it is a book for homeschooling moms. And it's fantastic. Actually, I listened to it and so did Dylan. And let me just read you this little part out of this. The Wild and Free movement is focused on a love of nature, reading great books, pursuing interests and hobbies, making the entire world a classroom, and prolonging the wonder of childhood. An appealing philosophy that is unpacked in the pages of this book. This is one that I got with a free Audible trial. It's kind of expensive on Amazon. Yeah, it's $21. I will have it linked down below. Even though I got it for free in my Audible trial, I will purchase this book at some point. If I find it on sale or at a thrift store or something, I will purchase, and I plan to reread this book probably every year going, you know, into a new season of home educating. So that book was fantastic. And it's written by Ansley Arment, and she actually has a podcast as well, and it's really good. She has some super informative interviews on there that I really liked. So check out her podcast wherever you get those. I'll link it down below. Great book. I will purchase it. If you are even considering if home educating is on your radar whatsoever, even if it's not full-time something you want to do, but you're just interested in that philosophy, or maybe incorporating bits of it into your life and your family, I would recommend reading that book. It was okay. And then this is a book that came recommended to me by another homeschooling mama who I connected with. We've known each other as acquaintances for a while, but last year we really started chatting more. And this is Teaching from Rest by Sarah Mackenzie, and she is also the author of the book The Read Aloud Family and the creator of the Read Aloud Revival. I am reading the Read Aloud Family in the month of June, so I'll share that one after I finish it. But this book it's short, it's sweet. It just helps you to get your mind right and to focus on the priorities. It gives you some sample like looping schedules, some schedules for your homeschool style. It talks a little bit about like simplifying curriculum, maybe not even picking curriculum and just coming up with your thing, whatever meets like your state standards. And just again, why your daily grind is holy ground. Like, it's so good. It's such a good reminder of what the purpose of home educating, world schooling is for us. So, Teaching from Rest by Sarah Mackenzie. Excellent, short. I think it's 100 pages, maybe. No, not even. 81 total. So I am keeping this out on my book cart so I can grab it and just kind of, if we're having a tough day or I'm having a hard moment, I can just grab it, open it, and get my soul and my cup filled back up. So, excellent book. Again, I'm reading another one of hers this month, and I'll let you know how it is. Okay. Then, my favorite book of the entire month. It was a thick one, but it was The Nightingale by Kristen, Hanna. And I first found this author when I read The Great Alone, and I think I read that back in March. That doesn't sound right. Maybe before that. Anyway, I picked this book up after getting so many recommendations from other book-loving mamas on social media. This book is now one of my favorite books of all time. I don't know that I have ever felt, I'm trying to think of another time, so deeply connected to some of the characters in this book. I laughed, I cried, I mean, I full on sobbed, had to put this book down and walk away. I devoured this book. Even when we were out in the garden working, I would catch myself thinking about these fictional characters. So this author, she just did a phenomenal job with this book. It's about World War II. It's about two sisters in World War II that could not be more different, but who end up on kind of similar paths, helping their fellow French, like French citizens' families. I don't know, like I can't talk about this book highly enough. As a mom, parts of it was really difficult to read. But as a woman, it was so encouraging what these women did while their husbands or fathers or whoever were away at war, and how a community can come together and fight back, fight for what's right, and take care of one another even when things are extremely difficult and evil and just hard. So this book, The Nightingale by Kristen, Hanna, was my favorite book that I read in May. Now, the only other book I read, or I finished up in May, was 5 Feet Apart, and I don't have it with me because I rented it from my library and I've already returned it. That was a really good book too. It was a young adult fiction book, and it was good. It wasn't one that I would like purchase to keep. I'm really thankful I kept this one. I will reread this because I'm sure, hold on. I'm sure there are a lot of little details from this book that I missed, so I'm glad that I have it to reread it. And it is one that when Cadence is a teen or young adult, that I will encourage her to read. So I'm glad that I have it, and for friends or family, whoever wants to borrow it. So, this stack was our May reads. Again, we're finishing this one still. We're still working on this one for June. And I will be sharing a video about what books we're reading in June. But that's it for today. And thank you for watching. Again, I hope you'll stick around. I hope you'll subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button if you like this video or these book haul videos. And I'll be sure to keep pumping some of those out for you. And be sure to go and find me over on Instagram at @byaliciabrooke. I will be taking you guys along through this entire journey of learning how to home educate my kids. I'm choking. I'm not used to talking this much. Okay. Anyway. So be sure to subscribe, go find me on Instagram, do all the things, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.